Good evening and welcome to the Jon Gaunt podcast. So here's your question. Is Britain, the United Kingdom, becoming a third world country? I say yes, it is. And I say Birmingham is just the tip of this huge iceberg, which sums up how our country is spiraling downwards. And I've got some suggestions of how we stop that. Love to have your views as well, please. Get signed in now. Start sending in your comments. But is Britain becoming a third world country? I've also got something very interesting to tell you about last night's podcast about child sex exploitation up in the northern cities. But let's concentrate first. Let's concentrate first on this question. Are we becoming a third world country? Or am I overreacting? Let me just tell you with Birmingham, that has to be solved today. Well, yesterday, really. We need to send the troops in. We need to get the rubbish off the streets because it's a health hazard. That's why I got myself a little rat in my picture behind me. There's a rat in the kitchen, as UB40 would sing. Well, there's a rat all over the streets of Birmingham. I'm not blaming the unions. I'm saying this is half the unions and half the council. But forget all of them for the minute. What we need to do is send in the troops. You may say, well, that's not fair. Why should they clear up the mess? I say, because this is a crisis. It's making us look stupid around the world. This is our second city, and it's a stinking cesspit. I will say something else, though. I lived in Birmingham for a long time. I was a student there. I worked there as well. And let me tell you, it's always been a bit of a shithole. It really has. And those areas where all the rubbish mainly are, which is Selly Oak, Sparkhill, Alum Rock, those areas, people do just chuck their rubbish out on the streets. You've seen it yourself. You've seen the pictures on the TV. There's mattresses and settees. It isn't just black bin bags. I've got a story to tell you about my mattress and Coventry City Council today. No wonder there's fly tipping when you got morons like that in charge of taking away your bulky objects. That's coming up on the show today as well. Lots of personal stuff, lots of direct comments, but primarily I'm saying Birmingham is symptomatic of what's wrong with our country. And I'm also going to tell you it's not just government's fault or indeed the council's, it's our fault. We've not taken enough responsibility. But first and foremost, we need the troops in there. We need this stuff cleared off the street. Next thing, I'm going to put Unite in the frame. I'm hearing that Unite don't really want to deal. They're the union who are looking after the bin men. And the problem is, of course, who do Unite fund? Who do they fund? Oh, there's a surprise. It's the Labour Party. Starmer can't afford to send the troops in because if he does send them in, he might lose a backer. I think there's a political element to this as well. But I'm willing to put that to one side. Let's get the troops in there. Let's get the rubbish off the street. And the rats. I started saying the rats as big as cats as a joke a couple of weeks ago. Everybody's using it now as the term to sum up Birmingham, but it could sum up the whole of Britain. I've said UK is dying, rats, rubbish, and ruin. It sums up what's wrong with the country. We've got overflowing rubbish. We've got bin men on strike. We've got a broken infrastructure. Everything that we fund out of the public purse doesn't work properly, whether it's the NHS, whether it's council services. And how difficult is it to run a council? All you've got to do is put the street lights on, empty the bins, fat chance, and fill the paddling pool up in the summer holidays for the kids. How can a council go bankrupt? Don't forget, that's the other thing as well. Birmingham, Labour-run council, I think since 2012, completely bankrupt. They're not the only one. Labour councils all over the country are going bust, but also there's a few Tory ones as well. I'm saying the overflowing rubbish, the broken infrastructure, the political failures have left many areas of our green and pleasant land, well, that's a fat chance, they've left many of them looking like war zones. The state of some of our inner cities is a disgrace. I'm not even talking about the back streets. Walk down the high street. Walk down the Fosel Road in Coventry. Go down in parts of Handsworth. It's a disgusting pigsty. And when did we start having to board all our windows with shutters? Doesn't that kind of sum up the decline of Britain? I was walking to the cafe this morning, and even the optician, he's had to board up. And I live in quite a nice area. He's boarded up. Well, I say that. A guy got attacked with a hammer at 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon a few weeks ago. Is there such a thing as a nice area anymore? But they've got shutters on the opticians. Who's going to screw an opticians? But clearly it's happening, or people are just breaking the windows. So our areas look like war zones. I went to see the Taj Mahal. If you ever get a chance, go in India. It takes forever to get there. We got a car, Lisa and I. But once you get there, you go into this town. Is it Dhaka or something? No, it's not Dhaka. But anyway, it looks like downtown Kabul after we bombed it into the Stone Age. But people are living there and working there. And then you turn this corner and there's this magnificent Taj Mahal, which really is a wonder of the world. I tell you the weirdest thing doing that trip, coming back, suddenly the car driver slowed down, the taxi driver. So I said to him, what's up? Is there a crash? He said, no. Farmer. I said, oh, yeah, really? So we went about another 3 miles. There's a bloke, a farmer, and he's herding his buffaloes down the fast lane of the motorway. Weird place. Another example of that is I went into a bar in India, right? And then, not an elephant. What was it that came in? I've forgotten what it was now. Oh, that was a buffalo as well. A bull or a cow came into the bar. Standing in a bar, and a bull walks in. There's no punchline. That's just India. But we don't live in India. We live in the United Kingdom. We're meant to have an infrastructure that works. We're meant to have a society that works. But it's all falling down. And it isn't just government. It's us. It's the casual kid who thinks it's perfectly acceptable to put their feet on the bus seats or on the seats of a train. It's not acceptable. It's the bloke who buys a packet of fags and throws the paper on the floor. Do you remember when we had Keep Britain Tidy? You couldn't do that now. You couldn't do it now. It's all gone too far. Britain is turning into a third world country. And I've also got to say this as well. It's also because we've got too many people. There's too many people in too small spaces in this country. And that has to be addressed. I'm not blaming it on all those people. I'm saying just the sheer number is too many. That's why you can't get a doctor's appointment or a dentist's appointment. So we've got rat-infested streets to dustbin worker strikes, and Birmingham City Council's collapsed under the weight of all this. I said on my blurb, under the weight of incompetence, debt and neglect. But it's also because they had this stupid thing where they had to start paying everybody the same amount of money for similar jobs because they hadn't been doing it correctly. So there's an element of woke political correctness. Net results, our inner cities are looking like dumps. I realised today I grew up in a concrete jungle. Oh, what a great, well, 2 great songs. Bob Marley's version, love it. Also love the Specials Concrete Jungle as well. But I was reading a report. I was looking into this. Concrete cities it was talking about. It was talking about Birmingham, Coventry and Hull, right? All 3 of those cities I've lived in. Is it something to do with me? But I saw the quote by Charles, King Charles, Prince Charles as he was, when he called Birmingham a carbuncle, an ugly concrete carbuncle. He was right. And when he said the library looked like a place to incinerate books, not to read books, they've knocked it down now. But they've redesigned Birmingham, but it's still basically an SH1TE hole, isn't it? Eh? And the Brummies, I don't know how they're so cheery.